Hey guys, I'm Gamer back here for another video. Guys, today we're looking at the Sunday night matchup between the Patriots and the Dolphins. Now, I want to start off right away by saying, keep in mind this Patriots defense is no slouch. Last week versus the Eagles, they actually played a really good game, only losing by 5 points in the end. And I know, whenever you lose, to say only 5 points is kind of like that's kind of like an oxymoron, right? It's like, well, you still lost. Who cares that it was only by 5 points? But with a lot of people going into that game thinking that the Eagles were going to blow them out, it's actually a lot better than, you really could expect it, right? So, with that being said, I would not be surprised going into this game if we see Miami actually struggle a tad bit on a couple of drives versus the Patriots. But again, there will still be a lot of, Tyreek Hill going off in this game. Last week, let me just go over and scroll over to his let's go over here to his points last week. 47.5 points. Yeah. Obviously last week he went off and was an absolute gem of a guy for fantasy and DFS purposes. And there's really no stopping him, okay? Even if the Patriots defense is that top tier defense, I don't think they're going to shut down Tyreek Hill. He will be the most, chalkiest play this week, and there's really no way to get away from him. There's certain lineups whenever you're building that it's like hard to really get away from that said player at the captain spot. And I think if anyone's going to go off this week, it's probably going to go ahead and be Tyreek Hill. So for my first look, again, keep in mind we will be doing my yes, no, maybes in a separate video, breaking down every single player, which guys I like at the captain spot, which players I don't like at the captain spot, etc. in a separate video. So just make sure you stay tuned to the channel. I'm going to have that come out today because today is like the day before, the Sunday night slate. We also have 2 Monday night slates this week. So again, like I said, a lot of videos the next couple of days on the channel. But anyways, Tyreek Hill may have the captain spot here, which again is going to be very chalky. And honestly, this is going to be one of the chalkiest stacks you see, where people try to get Tyreek Hill plus Tua plus Waddle, and then they try to go somewhere else, maybe a little bit cheaper here. They might go with something like maybe Mike Gesicki down at 2,400. They're going to try to finesse their way into someone else here. So like they wouldn't go Patriots defense. But maybe they go with the kicker for the New England Patriots here, who should have a lot of kicks in this game. And then you can finalize it off with... Wow, this is an ugly, like, lower snap here. Or lower, set of, players here. The more budgety positions. I don't really love these lower end guys here. Did not mean to do that. So I will say overall wise, yeah, I don't know if I would actually go with the kicker here. I might actually go like this. And this again, like I said, kind of where I think a lot of people's philosophy will be going. Obviously, again, just predictions, we don't 100% know where everything will go. But they could go somewhere like, is what's so questionable for the game against the Dolphins. He didn't do anything last week. He was injured. Maybe go with someone like Zeke Elliott here and then just punt the last position and just hope that something works out. So again, let's go with Ty Montgomery, right? You might see a lot of people, especially this week, go something like this, where they're just trying to get Tyreek Hill, Tua, and Waddle, and then what they're going to do with the rest of the positions is just kind of, pick and choose where they want to go just so they can make sure they get those 3 guys in there. And it's going to be very chalky. And because of that, you're going to see a lot of lineups that look very similar, but with the same kind of changes and alteration to them. So, again, you could go those 3 guys right there. Someone might go, okay, well, I want to go with a wide receiver here for the Patriots. Maybe because the Dolphins do blow them out. Then the Patriots are going to have to come back in garbage time. So let's go with Kendrick Bourne right here. Let's go with Mike Gesicki. And then we'll just... Actually, we cannot go Mike Gesicki. We'll actually be just a tad bit in the red there. Maybe go with someone here like... Yeah, let's go with Barados here. And then we finalize it off with just going with a guy who's going to get 0 points. And we know he's going to get 0 points. But it's okay because at the end of the day, if he gets 0 points... who cares, right? It doesn't really impact us. We're trying to get as many good players in this lineup as possible. And yes, you could still win $1 million and get 0-point player in your lineup. Because if everyone else hits in your lineup and goes off, a 0-point player actually does not affect you as much as you think it does, right? As long as you're getting majority of those guys who are going to be absolute gems for that said week. Again, a 0-point player is not going to change much. So that's what I think a lot of people are going to kind of be headed toward, and it's going to be very chalky. Now, can you get to a point where you don't use Tyreek Hill in this game as your captain spot? Yes, you can. Bill Belichick is known for one thing and one thing only, scheming his games to take out the best player of that said game out of the equation, right? Now, it's hard to take out Tyreek Hill. It's almost impossible to take Tyreek Hill out of any game. But Bill Belichick is a Hall of Fame coach for a reason. So you could make the argument, well, I think it's going to be Jalen Waddle's season this week, right? So if you do have him at the, not the flex spot, let's use him at the captain spot here. You put him at the captain spot here, you can, of course, get a little bit less chalky, because I feel, again, I think 90% of the public is going to be on Tyreek Hill at the captain spot. And I think this might be more than, not more than we've ever seen at the captain spot, because there's a lot of Colts games where so many people have put Jonathan Taylor at the captain spot. But I think this is going to be up there for the most chalkiness this upcoming week. Even though there is a lot of great players, in my opinion, you could put, everyone wants to bank on the fact that Tyreek Hill is going to have another 47.5-point game. And again, you can't really get away from the fact of having him in your lineup. So, if you, even though we do want to avoid chalk, we don't want to have the chalkiest line as possible, it's really hard to get away from the fact of at least having him in your lineup in some way. Whether or not that is, again, at the captain spot or a flex spot, you're going to have him in your lineup in some way. So, let's go with Tua, which can you make the argument that Tua isn't, shouldn't be in your lineup? It's another thing I would not agree with. I think it's very hard to not put Tua in your lineup this upcoming week. Go with Kendrick Bourne here, and then you could go with someone like Mike Gesicki. Finalize it off. Yeah, maybe go with someone like Hamed here and hope that he gets a goal line carry and falls in the end zone. Nothing too crazy special there. Maybe get away from Kendrick Bourne, and then you go with someone. I don't really love going with Zeke Elliott in this matchup. Miami Dolphins defense does not scare me in any way possible, but I just don't think Zeke is really that good anymore. But maybe you go with Zeke Elliott, and then you go with Mike Gesicki, and then you get a little bit more to kind of go with someone like maybe Barados again in this lineup. And that's kind of how you finalize this lineup off. And again, like I said, there's many different alterations. But I will say for this upcoming lineup, again, there is 1,000% you're going to want Tyreek Hill in your lineup, right? I think 1,000%, me personally, you're going to want Tua Tagovailoa in your lineup. You also probably want to find a way to get Jalen Waddle in your lineup. The rest of them, you kind of just pick and choose whoever you think is going to do best. That's kind of how I'm looking. Is it possible to go into this game and, Jalen Waddle not have a great game and it all be Tyreek Hill? Absolutely. But I kind of feel like, especially how this game is going to go, in my opinion, is I think that the Patriots are going to try to, single out and stop Tyreek Hill. I think Waddle is going to be a really good option this week. Tell me down below your thoughts and opinions. I'll see you guys next one.